Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be hitting back. I'm going to show you my deadlift day. We're going to hopefully hit a PR, and we're going to be talking about progressive overload. But before we dive into the video, make sure to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel, and let's get into it. Okay, so what is progressive overload? First, progressive overload is the gradual increase of stress applied to the muscles and nervous system. One of the key distinctions about progressive overload is there are three ways that progressive overload happens. The first way is by adding more weight. The second method of progressive overload is by including higher reps into a set. And the final method of adding progressive overload is to reduce the rest period in between each working set. Okay, so then how do we implement progressive overload into our training? When we implement progressive overload, what we want to do is we want to have that gradual increase in stress. One of the first ways to begin is to reduce the amount of time in between an already working set. This is the easiest, and it puts stress on your muscles, however, not as much stress as the next two options. Once you feel that you have shortened the time and you can add more reps, that would be the next step. And once you get to about 8 reps on each set, then I'd say you can jump right into adding more weight and working back through the process over and over again, always progressing and making sure that you are hitting your next goal. It is going to prevent injury and make sure that you are in the gym and working out as often as possible. So, one quick distinction. How often should I progressively overload? How often should I be reducing the rest period or increasing the weight or sets? So, you want to make sure that you're doing it based on how you are feeling. If you notice that you cannot do another rep, you are completely fatigued, then you don't have to progressively overload that week. You can maintain the weight that you were at previously. However, if you start feeling that the weight becomes lighter, you start feeling that it's easier, then that would be a good time to start overloading the weight. You want to make sure that you are not forcing yourself or causing your form to suffer just because you want to hit a new weight or you want to hit a new PR. That's what's going to get you injured, and there'd be no point in progressive overloading if you are in an ER room getting a hernia surgery. So making sure that you are doing it slow and based on where you are feeling it out for yourself, and knowing whether your body can take the increase in weight. In addition, progressive overload can be added to any type of training style. You could do it if you are a bodybuilder who wants to increase just pure muscle size. You could do it if you're a powerlifter who wants to increase pure strength. Or you could even do it if you're calisthenics and you want to get better at push-ups, pull-ups, and body weight exercises. You can progressively overload in all of those categories. So long as you can increase the intensity in some form or fashion, you will be able to progressively overload. Okay, so now I'm going to go progressively overload. I'm going to hit the gym, and I'm going to hopefully hit a new max on deadlift. If not, it's all about making sure that I can just keep my form and not really worry too much about chasing numbers, but getting a solid workout. So if I don't hit it, then I'm just going to keep training back and making sure that I'm training harder than last time, and hopefully I'll hit it soon. So I'm going to go do that, and see you guys soon. Let's hit it, boys. Let's do it, boys.
Oh, I've been running from the law. Hope they won't shoot me down soon.
Well, we going up from here, boys. We're not looking for any hernias today. Can't train from a hospital bed. Different place. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was
Like-
in an anime right now.
Not exactly what I'm talking about. But you put on your headphones and you like transport into whatever's going on in your head, which sounds really messed up. But like, you just put like all your rage into one lift, and then you hit a PR, and you're like, that was it. And you go home and sleep. I'm gonna get back to that psychotic place. Just pull it up. Make sure I can really lock it out at the top. We'll see what happens. All right, so this is the current PR. This is 335. So we're gonna do it for one, and then we're gonna PR again. We'll see what happens. Hopefully we can pull it.
Don't fart again.
Yeah, no, seriously. Hey, I think last time it would have given me the right boost if I would have used it properly. More at the top. You ever seen one of those toys? It's like one that you used to like squeeze it and the eyes bug out.
Yeah.
That's exactly what this feels like. If your eyes aren't ready to explode, you're not tight enough. Prevent injury, boys.
When it rains, it pours. Water's up to my chin.
Okay, so I'm back from the gym. I was able to hit 335 and it felt a lot lighter than last time I hit it. I wasn't able to do the PR, which is okay. I'll be able to do it soon, eventually. I probably tried to do a little too much weight, which is fine. Next time I'll make sure to make that adjustment. And again, going back to that idea of progressive overload works, but you can't just add too much weight than you think you might be able to handle and then end up failing the lift. So that's probably what I did. I'm going to make a small adjustment. I'm going to keep training my 3x3s and then come back and hit another PR, hopefully in the next month, and just keep on stepping it up. It's also a good idea to hit 1 rep maxes every now and then, just to kind of get a feel for where you are, how your training is progressing, and knowing just in general where you are, especially when you're trying to powerlift and go on powerlifting competitions, and you need to know about how much your 1 rep max is. Otherwise, if you don't really care too much about the numbers and you just want to train, then I suggest for deadlifts a 3x3 and finishing off with a lighter set of more reps, just really making sure you get the motion down. That again helps to fire up the nervous system. The nervous system being an important part when we're talking about progressively overloading, because the more your nervous system gets used to the feeling of a weight, the more effective your body is at moving that weight and being able to progress past that weight. Just like I said, when I was able to do 335 today, last time I felt it, it felt really heavy to me, but because my nervous system was already used to it and adjusted to it from when I hit it before, it was able to work more effectively, more efficiently, and the weight felt a lot lighter today. So that's another reason why it's okay to push heavy sometimes, especially again if you are trying to powerlift and you want to make sure that you can hit heavy 1 rep maxes. Otherwise, sticking to that 5 to 8 rep range and even higher if you're a bodybuilder is more than enough, and you don't need to hit those singles. But that was my training day. Hope you guys liked it. Hope you learned a little bit about progressive overload, and I will see you on the next video. Peace.